Defense Attaché Uganda to Rwanda, Defense Attaché Rwanda to Uganda, Brigade Commanders, Staff Officers from intelligence operations, and the members of the press. Good afternoon. Sir, as we officially close the 6th proximity commanders meeting between the RDF 2 and 5 division and the UPDF 2 division, allow me, sir, to express on behalf of the RDF delegation and on my own behalf our sincere appreciation to our gracious host, the General Mahmouzia and his team. We are truly grateful to the leadership of UPDF for the warm hospitality extended to us through the Commander 2 Division. So if I proceed, let me once again thank our Commanders-in-Chief, whose visionary leadership continue to guide our defense forces. It is under their wise guidance and directive that this platform is provided. So, as my counterpart, Deputy Commander 2 Division UPDF mentioned, since the inception of these meetings, a lot has been achieved. Our border communities can testify to that. The commanders on the ground at the tactical level can testify. Everything now runs as easy as anyone would have wished. No crises, no conflicts, nothing other than the spirit of brotherhood, the spirit of sisterhood, and the spirit of camaraderie between the two formations. So, the visit to Africa Coffee Park yesterday is also a testament of what peace and stability can achieve. And sustainment or sustainability of such a huge project relies upon the stability of a nation. So, both forces, RDF and UPDF, has always been a cornerstone of development, and as guided and elected by our Commanders-in-Chief, at our level as division commanders, sir, and under your guidance as our First Forces Chiefs, we will continue to work along those lines. So, allow me to conclude by conveying my appreciation to you, the senior leaders of Rwanda Defense Force and the Uganda Defense Force, for everything, all the support, all the guidance, to ensure that we remain committed and up to the task. And we pray that we will not fail you, sir. Take our commitment and pass it over to the Land Forces Chiefs and the Defense Forces Chiefs. So, I want to also again thank our host, General Kamzi, for keeping us well, for guiding this meeting to its conclusion. Again, sir, as my counterpart said, I know your headquarters are very far. It's not like back at our place where 1 hour drive is enough to get to the other corner of the country. I know how far you've traveled, having spared this time to come and join us in the conclusion of this meeting is worthy appreciating. Thank you very much, sir.
Asante sana.
Major General Paul Manzi, Commander to Infantry Division, and Chairman of this 6th Proximity Commanders Meeting that started on 30th last month and ending the 2nd October. Our chief guest sir, the 6th Proximity Commanders Meeting was born out of shared understanding that well-being of our border communities depend directly on peace, security, cooperation between our two forces. I thank our two heads of states that gave directives to both UPDF and RDF to have these meetings to take place. Now this one, it's a 6th one, 1.5 years since we started these cross-border meeting engagements. Deputy CLF sir, the benefits, progress, achievements registered since this Proximity Commanders meeting started, it's a clear sign of good relationship. Our two border communities no longer have threats, no longer operate in panic. Proximity commanders no longer find difficulties in calling one another. Battalion commander, so calling his counterpart across does not require permission from the brigade and division. Brigade commanders the same. Division commander calling my counterpart, it's something of a daily. The way I communicate with my other counterparts within UPDF to share whatever we want to share. Once again, I strongly salute and thank the two presidents, the President of the Republic of Rwanda, His Excellency General Paul Kagame, His Excellency the retired General Yoweri Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda, for that clear direction, guidance that have helped to build confidence and trust among our two sister forces. I thank my counterparts, both 5DF, 2nd DF, RDF, for making these coordinations easier. I thank the two defense attaches, Uganda to Rwanda, Rwanda to Uganda, for their consistent support, guidance in participating in all these meetings. They have never missed one. Even before meetings takes place, our constant communication helps even to fix programs, meeting programs in coordinated manner. I thank the Command Armed Forces for logistical support that facilitates these meetings. I thank the two teams when we meet. The successfulness of the document and meetings is out of commitment from both teams. We have built trust and it's said.
Uganda to Rwanda, Rwanda to Uganda, brigade commanders, staff officers from intelligence operations, and the members of the press. Good afternoon. Sir, as we officially close the 6th proximity commanders meeting between the RDF 2 and 5 division and the UPDF division, allow me, sir, to express on behalf of the RDF delegation and on my own behalf our sincere appreciation to our gracious host, the General Mahmouzia and his team. We are truly grateful to the leadership of UPDF for the warm hospitality extended to us through the Commander 2 Division. So if I proceed, let me once again thank our Commanders-in-Chief, whose visionary leadership continue to guide our defense forces. It is under their wise guidance and directive that this platform is provided. So, as my counterpart, Div Commander 2 Division UPDF mentioned, since the inception of these meetings, a lot has been achieved. Our border communities can testify to that. The commanders on the ground at the tactical level can testify. Everything now runs as easy as anyone would have wished. No crisis, no conflicts, nothing other than the spirit of brotherhood, the spirit of sisterhood, and the spirit of camaraderie between the two formations. So, the visit to Africa Coffee Park yesterday is also a testament of what peace and stability can achieve. And sustainment or sustainability of such a huge project relies upon the stability of a nation. So both forces, RDF and UPDF, has always been a cornerstone of development, and as guided and elected by our commanders-in-chief, at our level as division commanders, sir, and under your guidance as our First Forces chiefs, we will continue to work along those lines. So, allow me to conclude by conveying my appreciation to you, the senior leaders of Rwanda Defense Force and the Uganda People's Defense Force, for everything, all the support, all the guidance, to ensure that we remain committed and up to the task. And we pray that we will not fail you, sir. Take our commitment and pass it over to the Land Forces Chiefs and the Defense Forces Chiefs. So, I want to also again thank our host, General Muzi, for keeping us well, for guiding this meeting to its conclusion. Again, sir, as my counterpart said, I know your headquarters are very far. It's not like back at our place where 1 hour drive is enough to get to the other corner of the country. I know how far you've traveled, having spared this time to come and join us in the conclusion of this meeting is worthy appreciating. Thank you very much, sir.
Asante sana.
Because for you, you know you have no reason to be disorganized. Because if you work together, you harvest together. The other side, you do whatever together, you will reap together. I thank the commanders for having taken up the call of their political superiors, and they have implemented it to the dot. You may have a subversive commander, tell him there should be some games, there should be visits, and he says, this is a foreign land, there is no reason why we should cooperate. Let's stay as ourselves and hide much of the information they would wish to share with us. They are there. Not in Uganda, not in Rwanda, but in this world. Where you find this world may be Uganda or Rwanda. They don't appear on the upper level, but underneath, you find people there. So I thank you, commanders, for having maintained the response to that call, and hopefully you may be written in the books of history that you are among the people who first caused a union of the neighborhood. This is why the colonialists are still disturbing us. Because they work as a team, and solid the way they become, they are not easy to crack. Maybe I would request that you stand up for something I've remembered. Just a moment of silence. you can't miss out on some of those issues. They are part of the society. We live with them and they live with us. So we are one thing. Cross-border, indiscipline, negligence in some way along those points. Because if they knew that it's the best way to travel from one point to another, nobody would miss a security or immigration checkpoint. But because they don't know where their rights are, even under the thicket, they will just cross. The only thing you will know is after they have already gone. These interactive sessions, football, maybe some discussions, other exercises, they continue to cement the oneness that you found in each other. And we commend that, keep it up, so that our region can be a reference point on some level in this world. Because the moment we stay together, there used to be a small song for children. The more we live together, the happier we will be. So, the more we live together as brothers and sisters, as members of the same community, because look at that stretch from Kapuna to Miriam. Very many border points, but look at the local people around those areas. For them, it doesn't matter. As long as the sun has risen and it has set, they know themselves as families. You find somebody in Rwanda with land in Uganda, and he cultivates comfortably. Another one in Uganda, same thing. Talk about your politics and whatever. They are not interested. Theirs is to see the crops grow and they harvest. So when we talk of political integration and whatever, these people were integrated even before the colonialists came in. They've been like that, and it's a family. So let's maintain that brotherhood. Let's maintain collective responsibility within our communities, and God will bless us. God will bless us. Now think about.
Can you please bring the gifts for?
Please, LLC guidance and we proceed.
They are seated. You stand where you are seated, or whether you could come in front, sir. It's about Uganda, what you have. You can put on the shirt. And that's in the back. There is also another item inside. Is the candy.
When I thought these were total packs.
Yes, that's the coffee. Grade 1 is one of the best coffee. It is a celebration and gratitude. Uganda, and this African coffee bar is from the one of the districts that are within the operation. We are going to have UPDF Second Infantry Division Commander giving the gift to Infantry Division Commander. Sir, General Adamdele, you That's a sign of brotherhood. I have been advised by
Bless the husband, a very successful officer behind
is a successful lady.
keeping the family intact and safe.
All others in leadership and also clear the way as you move to the next level in the leadership. Sign of brotherhood. Back to Gary, or whether she's here with you. And coffee from African Coffee Park to stay awake and active. Of giving gifts at some point in time later, and around this if they was to do the signing. Thank you for guidance. Minutes signed. And that is and agreed on and agreed upon. Thank you very much. Asante sana. Later, once official closing, after closing the many items, all of them are a product of UPDF, and basically for us to these meetings at your own time, you can come back and enjoy Uganda. Host to come and make remarks. And after invite your counterparts, the co-chair.
Our two countries. Afanda, I thank you in particular. I know how busy you are creating time to come and appreciate the closure of this function. I don't take it for granted. Nakushukuru sana sana tena. It's my pleasure to have this meeting today, ending in a peaceful environment with new
friendship continues to grow, and that gives confidence to the leadership to see that we are on the same pace, we are in the same direction, which direction is continued peace, but with development for our communities. I've had the challenges. That's how communities normally do live. May he so rest in peace. And I think, yeah, those are the two areas where we are so close together in some of these UN staff operation courses. Our region, a reference point. Like what the Europeans do to us. They carry our goods and we buy them from them. The West Africans were bright enough to say, this is no longer acceptable. You mine my uranium, out of the whole package, I have 15% as my dividends. You, the foreigner who doesn't even know the language, you carry 85%. Now, even if I want my 15%, I have to go for it as a loan. When will I ever own it? You have put it there. To pick it, it's a loan. Look at the effort you've put in place. Look at the sovereignty. But they don't value anything of that nature. So the earlier we wake up, the better. Like what our leaders are doing. They say we can no longer export raw materials. Let them first be processed so that the value which they were supposed to have picked from the other side is left here. That's a good strategy. Because at the end of the day, even if you have not captured only 100, you may walk away with around 70 or 80, which is better than the 0 we used to be comfortable with. I'm not a politician, though I once participated, so politicians have a great time of talking. Me, I'm not good at that. So, for the 3 days that our friends from Rwanda have been here, I want to believe that you were treated fairly, because I haven't heard of any complaint. And that's the family bond we are likely to have for the next so many years unknown if we embrace what our strategic leadership on both sides wishes our countries. May God bless you. And on that note, on behalf of the leadership of both Uganda and Rwanda, on behalf of our commanders of both forces, and on behalf of the hosting division, and on my own behalf, I would wish to declare that this interaction has been successful and has come to its conclusion. I therefore declare this interaction officially closed for God and my country.
Asante sana.
Emphasizing the need to keep track when it comes to the vision of our strategic leaders. So thank you very much for waiting for a good photo. Then we have lunch, and then the gifts we are going to share at the floor, the ground floor at the steps. Then after we'll be guided to the restaurant for lunch. Thank you, sir.